Hey everyone, so quick side channel video. We're going to fix a 4-pin fan cable today. You might need to do this if you've pulled on the cables rather than on the header when removing the fan and you ripped one of the cables out. So we're going to fix that. It's really easy to do, and typically you will need a wire strippers, or if you don't have that, you can just use some snips. That's what we're going to do. And then you'll need something pointy to push out one of the pins that contains the wires, and that's pretty much it. So this is really easy. Some fans, you end up with this problem because they get lodged somewhere that you can't remove without the leverage. So first of all, if you do have to remove it next time and it's like stuck in something where you can't get a grip on the header, then get some pliers and grip lightly here. Just make sure you don't rip all the cables out. So each of these holes for the wires will have a pin in it, and it's got a notch in there that you can use something really fine, like a small flathead or pair of tweezers, not the kind that the Verge uses though, and then you can just push the pin out. So we're going to do that first. There it is. So you kind of need to get up under there and then grab it. Okay, there's the pin. It's going to go back in the same way it came out, so remember which way you removed it. The bump right there is what goes into where the hole gives you sight to it. So now that we've removed this, we need to expose some of the wire because of the way it got ripped out. This fan was broken anyway, one of the blades was gone, and that's because it sucks. So we just need to strip the end of this a bit, and you could use something more appropriate, or you can just use snips, that's fine too. So for this, you're just kind of applying pressure to the housing. The goal isn't to cut the wire, but to remove the housing. And I didn't remove enough there. Let's do a little more. Okay, cool. So there's our exposed bit of wire. And next step is grab the piece that you removed, and we're going to shove it into this loop. So that goes in here. And you want to try and get the housing in for securing it in place. Oh, sometimes I'll twist the end too, just to help keep all the pieces together. Okay, we're going to worry about the cable splay at the end in a second. Then you need something to crimp it. You can use a crimp tool, or you can just use pliers and grip kind of tightly. Crimp that down so it doesn't come back out. So once it's secure, all you need is the metal of the wire to be contacting the clip, the pin thing here. And now we just stick that back in. Okay, so once it's reinserted, that's all there is to it. It's in there pretty well now. We've got metal contacting metal inside of the housing. So the fan's gonna make connection again, and let's pan over to the other side of the mod mat here, and we can show the fan. So if you look up a fan header, or you buy one of our mod mats on the store on store.gamersnexus.net, you can always have the reference in front of you. But those are the pins. The one that we had disconnected was the control. This one is what got ripped out when unplugging the cable. And so typically your fan won't spin at all if it's PWM, if that's not connected, but you'll also obviously lose the tachometer. And these are your same as you'd have on a 3-pin, so you have ground, 12 volt, and sense. And just make sure that it lines up. If you end up with multiple disconnected, make sure it lines up with the wires going into the fan, so don't mix them up. So that's it for that. You just need to strip the wire and remove the pin, insert the wire into the pin, crimp it with something just to smash it down there, and don't pull it by the wire next time if you can avoid it, and that'll fix the fan. So it's also not too difficult to rewire this. If you had one that's just completely ruined, you could probably rewire it without too much issue. Most of them are just soldered right under the label on the fan. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more of this stuff, or go over to Gamers Nexus for main channel content. You can pick up a mod mat on store.gamersnexus.net, and we'll see you all next time.